Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the Toyota projects. In our last video, we checked compression. I had 120 pounds across all 4 cylinders. So I'm still trying to dive into why this truck has no power, why it's using some oil, why it's such a pain in the butt to crank up. So it was mentioned in the last video, one of you guys commented suggesting I check the valve lash. So that's what we're going to do today. I didn't do this step to start with just because I had done the valve check and done a valve adjustment less than 5,000 miles ago. I just assumed that it should still be good, but it is cheaper to check the valves than it is to rebuild the engine. So step 2, check the valve lash. All right, let's dive in. All right guys, the tools you're going to need for this project are right here on the screen. We are going to be taking off these 4 bolts that hold the valve cover on. We're going to take this 12 mil that holds these hoses. We'll pop these hoses off, and then I think I've got another 12 mil, that might be a 10 mil here. Pop that thing off. Just basically we're going to take everything off and lay it out. That way we can get the valve cover out of the way, okay? All right guys, highly recommend you guys pick up one of these service Bibles. And they follow the procedure pretty straightforward. I mean, it's listed in here how to do this. So it's pretty straightforward. Per the service manual, we have cranked it up and let it run. So it's up to operating temp. Now we're going to start disassembly. All right guys, rocker cover is off. I've got a 19 mil ratchet down there on the crank pulley. We're going to put this thing on top dead center for cylinder 1 and check the lash, okay? All right guys, so I got the engine on top dead center for cylinder number 1. Once we're here, basically I don't know if you guys can see it down in there. There's some timing marks, and I've already done this a couple times, so I can't get a good view of this, but I have marked my crank pulley. You can't really see it, but I've put a mark on my crank pulley the last time I did this to help me spot the marks a little easier. But yeah, it's at 0, top dead center, cylinder 1. Per the service manual, we can now adjust or check valve clearance on this one, this one, this one, and this one. Okay, so that's intake and exhaust cylinder 1, intake on cylinder 2, exhaust on cylinder 3. Okay, we'll do those 4 valves and then rotate the engine 360 degrees and do the other ones. Okay, so let's just let me grab the feeler gauge and we'll see how bad these things are out. Exhaust should be 12.0.012. I don't know if you can see that, but yeah. So that's our exhaust. Let's see what's up with it. Okay, I mean, I can get it in there. I've got a little bit of drag. I would actually say, I think that one's good. Okay, since we got our exhaust out, the next one we can check is that cylinder number 3 back here. All right, now that one is a little tight. That feels more than just a little drag. So I'm gonna loosen this one up just a hair. All right, so those are our 2 exhausts on that side. Next we're doing the intake, and it's going to be 0.008 for intake. And the intake ones are a little bit more of a pain in the butt to get to, a little harder to reach. That was definitely a little out. Didn't feel like a lot, but then I was able to run the screw in pretty good. So maybe that is our issue. I don't know. Trying anything at this point. All right, now we're going to rotate 360 degrees. We're going to do this one, that one, and that one. So basically, now we can do exhaust on number 2, intake on number 3, and intake and exhaust on number 4. Okay? I think those are good. All right, guys, so all the valves have been checked or adjusted. The 2 intakes on the back over here, they seem pretty good, so I didn't mess with them. Did have a couple other ones that were out a little bit, but now just gonna put everything back together and go take it for a drive. What are you doing, Murray? It looks like Murray's coming to help. You gonna come help? Come help? Yep. All right, so I will get back with you guys when we are driving it, or ready to drive. For those of you who haven't watched this other video, this is how we crank the truck sometimes. If you want to see the video on why there's a switch in my glove box, I'll put a link wherever, up there in the corner, wherever it goes. All right, so we're gonna take it down the road, see if it's got any more pep. All right, so this is gonna be the real test here, if I can make it up this hill without having to downshift into 3rd. 33 is a lot easier. So yeah, I think it's safe to say we need some new rings, and may go ahead and put some main bearings in it while it's apart. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna find somewhere to turn around. I'll see you guys back at the shop. All right, guys, thanks for watching. I think that pretty much sums it up. We checked compression, we checked the valve clearance. I think it's just time to pull the trigger on a rebuild. All right, well, thanks for watching.